Everybody, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you've had a good week. I know it's been probably over a week since I've done an update, but I've been really busy. Haven't really been trading much just because I was waiting to see if the market, the Bitcoin market, cryptocurrency market took a dip. And as you guys see, it has kind of like broken down from its last big pump back to its initial pump point. Very normal in trading markets, and since Bitcoin is being traded right now more than I guess being accumulated, you'll see these kind of moves. Don't get scared. Every market has this kind of stuff, and anybody that you see out there, for example, like Peter Schiff or other Bitcoin bears or non-believers, this is when they come out and try to like pump their agenda, to basically push what they're selling, which is gold, up, which is Peter Schiff's safe haven, and other people that are against Bitcoin, that's their safe haven. And yeah, if you're a trader or if you're beginning to trade, you have to do back testing, and you have to see every other time that Bitcoin has gone through these things, or any other market that's similar to Bitcoin, volatile and a risk market. You have to kind of see, do these patterns play off, and you'll definitely see that they're everywhere. It's a trading thing. It's based off of Fibonacci's. It's based off of long-term support and resistance levels. And mainly what I wanted to come on here and talk about Bitcoin when it comes to the price is that I did notice that on the 2-hour and 4-hour charts, you could see after it broke down to its initial pump spot, the volume was pretty high. It wasn't as high as the pump volume, so that's a positive. And also after a few hours of that breakdown, you can basically see the volume really break down and not be very significant, meaning that at that price, people are kind of satisfied. They value it at about that price, and they're not even excited about getting out or getting in at that price. So the volume died out. It's more of a trying to figure out why this happened. There was a lot of FUD over the week about what's going on in Hong Kong. Again, as I always tell you guys, geopolitics is related to the price of Bitcoin and other safe haven assets due to the breakdown in government control over their populations. And so there was this FUD, I believe, that Binance was broken into in Hong Kong by the Chinese police. And I don't know if that they were trying to correlate that with, all of a sudden China's against Bitcoin, maybe because they're trying to roll out their own cryptocurrency. But regardless, it was fun, according to the Binance CEO. They don't even have an office there, or that it didn't even get broken into by the CCP. Whatever the case is, there's a lot of uncertainty in this market, which is normal, but this is why Bitcoin exists. Again, the reason Bitcoin exists is because back in 2008, when the system crashed, somebody really smart, Satoshi Nakamoto, him or a group of people or her, whoever it is, decided to basically figure out the issues with today's financial system and the corruption behind it, and they decided to anonymously, of course, to release the white paper on Bitcoin, and that basically changed the world ever since then. Because you ask, well, because again, Bitcoin is something that's unconfiscatable. Yes, you can see transactions through it, but most people that don't want the government to see transactions use Monero or dollars or gold or other kind of stuff to do the transactions, and it's not that hard, right? Mainly this is for people that are how can I say, they just don't trust their government. But we're talking about educated people or people that are immigrants that have seen other governments where they come from fail, and what happens in the process of failing. basically they steal all your purchasing power, the fiat currency that they transact in, and you end up broke. For example, Venezuela. And so, again, Bitcoin, of course, it shouldn't be like 100% of your money. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm all in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a tool like gold. It's an insurance against a corrupt system that's basically stealing your purchasing power. Okay, and that's what gold is for too. And of course, that is what other instruments like real estate or things like that are for, because they obviously go up in value as the fiat currency diminishes in value, because actual materials don't go down in value because they're not easy to replicate like digital currency, right? So I know that you guys have probably seen other news regarding this stuff. I just wanted to bring it together as a whole because I'm always on here, and if you follow my Twitter, you can see how I always correlate geopolitics with the cryptocurrency market, specifically Bitcoin, and how the two are basically correlated with each other. The more the systems and of human control, of money control, the more they break down around the world, like in Iran, like in Lebanon, like in France, like in like in Chile, like in Argentina, like in Brazil, maybe in the U.S. here coming soon, like in Hong Kong. I mean, their Hong Kong dollar is going to be depegged now, and they're basically going to be nothing now. So, of course, those people wish they had Bitcoin, because not only are they probably being arrested, they're probably going to get a lot of stuff confiscated. And if they had Bitcoin, or do already, they can easily transfer that out of the it's already out of the country. It's just a platform that you have your specific keys to, and those keys could be in your head. You can memorize them, or you can just send someone an encrypted code, or whatever it is that you do. You can get the access to that Bitcoin out of the hands of the country that's trying to take it from you very easily, compared to more other physical stuff. Again, this stuff that's going on around the world, it's obviously, I take it to the top, which is geopolitics. But really what's happening, and I think you've heard me talk about this before, and I do believe in it. If you don't believe in it, do your own research. Let me know what you think. But I do believe that it's the grand solar minimum, the Maunder solar minimum, that is affecting our global production output, specifically food and other materials like lumber, and just things that we extract from the planet. It's being kind of like impeded because of the climate change that's being produced because of this solar minimum, and all the extreme weather is causing economies around the world to not be as effective and as productive, meaning that we're not going to be living the standards that we've been living, because things just get a little bit harder, right? When the climate is extreme, it's harder to go out there and work 10-hour days when it's pouring, hail. So you can see how, that's going to affect the economy. For example, your personal economy. I just lost a day out of the week because I can't work. So, hey, I'm in a recession for this week, right? So that's each country, the globe as a whole. That's how it works. When they're not able to produce as effectively and as much effectively, their fiat currency gets reduced because they don't have as much purchasing power. They haven't produced as much as they did before, compared relatively to other places around the world. And again, when the whole world is producing less and is being less effective, then we get to a point where our population or our lifestyle can't be sustained the way it was and at the growth rate it was. And so there has to be some sort of lemmings moment, where there's going to be, catastrophes around the world, and people are going to lose their life, and that happens all over the world. We just don't see the news. For example, we've had large mammal populations and fish populations and amphibian populations basically die because of this climate extreme events. And so again, you can see that it's just not being reported, but this is what's happening, and it's not much you can do about it other than reduce your lifestyle, because you need to understand that that's the only thing you can control. And with that in mind, try to do your best job in helping others stay focused and stay positive, and not see, life as a depressing thing because you can't have what you saw others have, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years ago. It's just not the same globe. We're in a different part of space. We're going through a different, a different moment in the way the solar system, in the way we coexist with it, and we just need to adapt, and yeah, I don't want to get too far into it. If you don't believe it, do your own research. You can search for David Dubine. He's the source for this kind of stuff. And I think there's a lady, I forget her name, Maria something Sharapova or something like that. But you just look at a modern minimum, new mini ice age, and you'll see, the effects that are going on around the world. They're just not being televised, or they're not telling you on Twitter or anything like that, unless you follow me and other people like David Dubine. Besides that, I just wanted to update you guys on the price of Bitcoin and the geopolitical events going on. With Hong Kong, you see it getting worse, and this is where we're at now. So hopefully this weekend doesn't bring too many events that are extreme. But if it does, just look at Bitcoin and you'll see when stuff's happening. Alright guys, take it easy. If you guys like my content, please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.